4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2. No one's watching.
Awesome. But we are recording it for
no one's out there. What a bunch of cunts.
No, to be fair.
No, we can put it up later, can't we?
Yeah. So.
Hi ho! Ahoy hoy!
Ahoy hoy! He is Straw.
He is Parker. 2 people watching.
And together we are.
Merry Christmas, Burgling. Get the cameras up there.
Yeah. And together we are.
And it's nice of you to join us because this is the 26th-ish Mumble.
Yeah, because we missed a couple of months, but it's only because we did live stuff. Merry Christmas to Jinx Panduit. You're you, aren't you? You're him. That's
Nick.
Yeah.
It's Nick.
Nick Ty.
It's Nick Ty. Who still owes me, fucking wants to buy me stuff and do it. You know who you are. So, Mumble 26-ish.
Yep, we were a bit late. Sorry, we were a bit late. We
technical difficulties.
Oh, you need Google Chrome to play the camera.
Merry Christmas to Paul Macy. Sorry. Oh.
Merry Christmas.
How are you?
As you know, we're not celebrating Christmas.
We're
celebrating Yule.
His sexual body. Yule.
That's going to get us thrown off. Stuff like that is going to get us thrown off, mate. Thrown off. You slag.
Not the use of the word.
Oh, I shoot you with a shooter.
So, it's coming up to that time of year again where Christians.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a cock in the rear.
So, yeah, it's that time of year when, you know, all of the.
I thought you were buying them bloody Guildball team off me, you shit pig.
All of the religious ceremonies meld into one.
But it all dates back to the Romans originally.
Well, probably
Saturnalia.
Probably stuff like that. They probably nicked it from the Greeks, who nicked it from someone else, the Babylonians, and then the dudes who were just sitting
we all like the Viking. We all like the Viking version better.
Yeah.
It's all this latest commercial stuff, just balls me shitless.
But on the plus side, at least we do get lovely
baubles
decorations. Playing with my purple balls.
So, the whole 5 of you out there,
woot woot.
Whoop, whoop. So, what should we talk about apart from the size of my
eek? Says Nick / James.
Oh yeah, eek, literally. What should we chat about? What do we know? What should we enlighten them with, Parky?
Well,
there's a whole ground full of water. How about good tidings we bring to you, our your king? We hope you'll get syphilis and die in the new year. Huh?
So,
how about we do fluffy beards?
I've actually been trimming mine down.
And I'm floofing. Look at that. Look at the floof on that.
Merry Christmas, Gregory from Gun Barrel City.
Where's that?
That's where he lives. Witcher series. We haven't seen The Witcher yet.
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you doing, you idiot?
I'm watching my eyebrows. I shouldn't have this here because it distracts me.
It's very distracting.
I haven't seen The Witcher yet. To be fair, I never played the game.
I never played the
games. I've heard they're very good. Specifically, Witcher 3 is apparently the shizzle.
I have heard
that.
I have heard that the one problem with the series is they try very hard to make it feel like the game.
So you see him from behind running along, chopping at things,
and then walking into things.
There's a heads-up display and stuff. Yeah, maybe.
I've no idea. Can't tell you till we see it. We could go on about Star Wars, but we won't.
Hashtag no spoilers.
We will just sit here and go.
One thing it was Star Wars.
It was Star Wars.
But one thing we can talk about that was Star Wars.
Mandalorian!
Oh my god.
No, because a lot of UK people still haven't seen it.
Then we won't talk about it.
But we will just say, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda.
Also the Mandalorian.
But we will not say I have spoken.
You have spoken.
For the last time.
This is the way. Yeah, well, if you haven't watched Mandalorian, you should. It's really good. So this is a thing. So we can actually have a discussion about this. So I feel that Sam Mike Pierce, how you doing, brother? Oh, good to see you on my computer screen. Hope you're having a good time home at Billy. Hope all is well. Hope you don't have to do too much. That's what it looks like. Yeah. But it's. Hope you're having a good time. Hope that you don't have to do too much driving now.
Is it Philly? Is that where it lives? Is it?
Philly! Philadelphia! Because it's
Where
light.
they make the cheese.
Do you want to turn that?
Cheese.
Just
Yeah,
try and turn that light on.
so I was going to say that
My eyes!
so the Mandalorian versus, well, not versus in a negative sense, but just the difference between the Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker, the new Star Wars film.
Well, of course there's
There are going to be differences, but I think that the Rise of Skywalker is go on.
You
You
fuck
get
off, mate.
skin. The Rise of Skywalker is definitely a film. It's definitely a family film. That's agreeable, yes.
I don't know, there's some dark bits in it.
There are some
If you
dark
close
bits,
your
but
eyes.
definitely, it feels like a continuation of that. kind of
When
Star
are we
Wars
going to
thing.
do some more twisted back reps? We'll get back to that
Oh, that's a good point. We
in
should
a minute.
do that soon.
Let him have his. Let him have his
No,
little
I'm
moment
just
of
having
weirdness.
conversations about it. Whereas the Mandalorian is probably more designed less as a film, just a film. Here's a film that happens to be Star Wars.
I like the way.
This is like callbacks, moments.
What I
it's a
like-
bit more grown up.
What I like with Mandalorian is it's half hour of pure stuff you need to know, stuff that's happening, not fluff. It's just bosh, bosh, bosh. Here's your story. Boom, 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 boom. It's Star Wars condensed. It's a bit like, oh, fuck you, Mike Pierce. Just fuck you right in your bumhole.
Yeah. Right.
The credits rolling up was lovely.
There were names.
There was
In
names
order
and
of
people, camera,
how
crew.
they did.
I really liked it.
Go to them. I don't want to specify in which ending because
Right, so let's look at some of these questions then. So,
we're going to do more interesting. Yeah, just the bass reps. We are going to be doing them at some point. It's just another game we need to get back on. Actually,
We have got to
We'll
get back
make a
on
note
this.
of that.
No, mate, no. We've got a bit of pen and paper here to make notes of things to do in the future, purely for you guys. So, yes, Twisted, because we have got the. Cheers, Dom. Merry Christmas to you, mate.
Oh,
Well,
Merry
no, sorry.
Eczema.
Happy Yule. There's no
Merry-
such thing as Christmas.
Merry eczema to you. There's no such thing as anything. That's all.
Shut up, stack you. So Twisted, because we've got the Oz faction and the Egyptians, so we wanted to do some shears
Yeah.
with them.
Did we finish that? We didn't finish the campaign.
No,
did
we haven't finished that yet. We haven't finished that yet. It's just finding time because we moved away from Parker because he smells and no one likes him.
50 miles is a fair way to move because of the smell. Probably just the wind carries it along, I would imagine.
Dude, it was a big smell. It peeled wallpaper. So it's now difficult. So we have to get him to come over, and then we have to film a whole batch of stuff.
And the issue is sometimes bringing it. Like when it was 3 days, I was like, I'll bring this, and then we'll play that, and then I'll
Then go home,
bring that and play that. Now it's like I can't bring 18 different games
because he has to stop over.
Yeah. But we can organise and
We can.
we
We
should play Twisted more. To be
we
fair.
do intend to organise ourselves a bit better. Yeah, we should do Twisted more because they sent us all the stuff,
And also, it's good.
And it's a really good game. I like it. It's very. It's one of those games that we like because it's cinematic. We like those whole cinematic,
Narratively driven.
narratively driven.
Just like the game of Necromunda we had today.
Fuck off. That was shite.
But it was also narratively driven.
It was.
You
bollocks.
admitted yourself at the time that it felt storyish.
I was saying that to make you feel better about the fact that you just won a game. Because you don't win very many games these days against me, do you? Yeah.
We play Necromunda. We are doing the start of a Necromunda campaign. I will be playing House Delac.
Do you grubby little shady little
Sneaking.
dirtbags?
And you'll be playing
everything else.
Everything else.
I'm going to be playing the Palatine
Palatine
Enforcers.
Obviously, they're new, so they must be really good and bullshit. Right?
Because someone's got to bring the law to the Underhive. It might as well be this bearded face.
The Underhive is a finely balanced
ecosystem.
that
It is.
the latter are part of, and if you
fuck
then,
that. We're going in there to screw you all up, arrest you all, and then publicly execute you.
We did film a game today, and we didn't play those two factions. Well, you played your faction. You played the Palatine Enforcers. But I played as the Corpse Grinder Cult.
They are
just
so
prelude building it up to
because as we do this campaign, we are going to be telling a story as well. So there will be little side missions where he might not be playing his gang, I might not be playing mine. We might be playing other gangs just to flesh out the story of what we want to do. And we're going to be setting it in Dust Falls, which
is that in Hive Necromunda?
It's in the Necromunda Hive. So from the original way back, and it's called Dust Falls because it's set right on the edge of one of the great big cratery hole things in the hive where just junk just falls down. It's like a constant stream of dust. Thus, it's called Dust Falls. Did you ever play the RPG I ran? Were you?
Oh, crikey! Yeah, years and years ago.
You were that, yeah. Well, that was Dust Falls.
That was before there was a role playing game. You just used.
RPG. I just used because I'm that fucking clever.
I think Nick was the gang boss.
Nick was the boss.
Was the boss.
You was
I was there as well.
You turned up.
Because we weren't a house, were we? We were just a gang.
You're all because you wanted to become affiliated to the houses. But yeah, so we might be doing some little bits of that as well in the story, just to kind of pad it out and just so you can see that a miniatures game isn't just about rolling some dice and winning. It's well, for us, it's all about the story.
Yeah, and one of the cool things I noticed only today in the
my balls
of Peril. I think it's the Book of Peril, which is that's the book with no.
Why the hell haven't I said
I saw it on the internet. It's got what's his fucking Cal
Jericho
and Scabs.
So
you can play a game called like Venator. I want to say Venator, and you play like just hired thugs. And stuff
is
like
that
that.
what Venator's?
So you play like general dudes. I think that'd be a really good introduction to the story. I mean, in my mind, I've got like the lack midway through the game, or suddenly the organised crime get involved. They send a gang to sort them out. Bam, bam, bam. We win, then great, we get a boost. To how we deal with organised crime. If we lose, then we get a push back out to the fringes of whatever's going on. Do you know what I mean? Just the story.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
And I'm sure there'll be Palanite ones that work in a similar way.
Palanites are really weird because we don't get territories. We get one territory, which is the precinct. And then what we do is because you have to you do antis, don't you? So well, I'm going to put this this territory up, and if I win and I take the territory, I clean the territory up. Cheers, Nick. Have a good Christmas, fella.
Yeah. Ho ho ho.
Ho ho mo and Jojo.
Very
I'm off to watch The Witcher. Well, that's on Netflix. That's on Netflix, mate. You can watch that anytime. Pussy!
Would you be an angel and pass me a beverage, please, Jack?
She's not there.
We're in the Matrix!
The whole fucking point of...
Oh, don't be old.
Yes. You'd have thought that even though she's ill and sitting over there, she's full of cold, she's really grotty, really unhappy. You'd have thought when she sees an empty glass, she'd fucking throw the beer over. Or she'd be, no, she's all wrapped up in a blanket, sitting there looking at us going, I fucking hate you lot. You know
what?
The
sexy water bottle, hot water bottle.
That's not a hot water bottle.
That's fantastic. Butt plug.
So, yeah, Necromunda.
Yeah.
But then we also, in the new year, want to do some Strontium Dog and Judge Dredd. Purely because the system, we've got to thank Al.
Cheers, Al,
for bringing Strontium around.
Say hello. If you're not, that's fine. If you're watching later, then leave a comment down below because we love you.
I was never a Strontium Dog fan, so I just did not like the artwork.
No.
But brought the game around and we sat and played it. And there are some beautiful little bits in that game, aren't there?
Yeah, I love when you evade, you kind of job out the way.
Yeah.
Like, just because that's what you would do if you evaded, you like run for cover. Everything's on custom dice, but it's one set of dice, so if you need it to be a 50-50 chance and be more consistent, then you have it being normal hits. If you need it to be different, then you have less hits and then specials and all that kind of stuff. It's a really nice little system.
And it's done in such a way that you can basically take it and use it for anything. So,
Yeah.
for example, in Mandalorian, where you see old Mando going in and dealing with stormtroopers on his own, you can basically turn that into a game. You work out you all sit there, you sit, you know, with your opponent, you sit there, you work out the stats for your Mandalorian, you work out the stats for the blobs, and you just crack on with it. And what I really like is the way that the good guys, you know, the stars of it, don't just get the one activation. They have a chance they can have one activation, and then the possibility they can have another one.
Put it back in the bag
And
so they can get more activation. So you draw out of the bag.
Bag of fun!
Bag of fun. You draw some tokens out of the bag. Each bod has a token, but the special bods have a star on their token.
Star, and actually some of the bad guys can have stars as well.
So and if you pull out the star token, you activate something. You've made a cool check. If they succeed, it goes back in the bag, so they can potentially activate again. If you fail, however, you are pinned, which is a negative condition in the game. So oftentimes these dudes have got a very high cool, so you probably want to roll those dice and put them back, and roll those dice and put them back and get more activations. However, if you fail, you're then pinned, you're at -1 to your stuff.
And you're at the end of the turn.
And also, and then you're at the end of the turn. And if everyone else has got and you haven't, you're actually at -2 to your cool, so it's much harder to make that dice roll. So I think it balances it really well without overbalancing it, if you see what I mean. I think it's a really clever little thing.
And it's a nice little system, actually, bizarrely enough.
Because a lot of times...
Where's Mr. Chambers and Mr. Thorpe?
Well, indeed.
So we do have to say, well done, chaps. It's almost like they know what they're doing.
And it's actually really clever because we've seen drawing stuff out of a bag. Oh. Have you thought about starting, this is from Starrett's Art, have you thought about starting a Twitch stream or Discord? So,
well, Starlet Art, whoever thou art, we have no idea about either of those. Don't Twitch, you like have to do it and lie. We have no idea. We're about as technically minded as this is. And the only thing this is good for...
Boom. And no beer for you.
It's opening my Christmas beer.
So Twitch is something that we never. I mean, we do occasional live videos, but I wouldn't consider us a live channel.
No.
So Twitch
we're more
is
like
definitely more for live, consistent live things every Thursday night or whatever. And we do the odd live thing once every month or two, but I don't think Twitch is necessarily a thing that we would be consistent with.
Discord isn't that like a chat channel?
Yeah, Discord is like a chat thing. That might be worth doing. But on the other hand,
might be worth having a look at.
If there's enough people who would be interested in it, it's something that actually, because now this will be recorded and go up as part of our Mumble, leave it in the comments down below if you really think that Discord is something that people could get involved in and chat to each other. Battle Hammer fans. Hello, Carlos. How are you? 401. Hola, senor.
Hola.
Twitch or Discord. I mean, Twitch. It's the regularity of doing like a live Thursday night painting session or whatever.
Yeah, that's the problem because we don't get to meet up as often as we know. We don't do the weekly things anymore. It's very difficult to try and work that into the schedule. The Discord, though, however,
that could be a thing.
That might be a thing.
But also, I think that if one uses a service, one is more inclined to provide something for that service. So I watch a lot of YouTube,
because you have no life.
No, but as far as watching stuff goes, I don't watch that much telly, but I watch probably more YouTube than telly now.
Have you watched anything on Twitch?
No, so I don't watch it, so I don't think about it as being a relevant thing.
Isn't that more of a
because it's live. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be up at 2 in the morning and watching some random paint dude paint at fucking whatever time it is.
All right,
whereas on YouTube, I know that I can put that in my queue and I can watch that later on when it comes up again. And the same with Discord. I chat to Palace is dead. Long live me. Oh,
No!
why did your account die? That's saddening.
They probably killed it. Murdered it in its sleep.
It's the same sort of thing with Discord. When I chat to people, it tends to be either people I know very well who I speak to regularly,
You don't know.
like Straw or other friends I have. I have friends.
No, you fucking don't.
Or it would be via specific
Liar.
Facebook accounts. You know, things like that. So I don't. Maybe Discord is a super useful thing, and we could do it. I don't know.
But then we can sort of chat with people, and they're chatting with us anytime, though. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. I kind of quite like that.
I don't know how it works. Definitely something to look into. Thank you.
Get used to that. My ball's on your head.
Oh,
Is it Starlet Art?
That's fine.
Starlet Art. Do we know that person? Do they follow anything else? I've never noticed that name before.
It'll be something else sneaky.
But did you write that down?
I did. I've written it. Twitch Discord.
Oh, look at you. Get used to balls on your head, mate. That's happening later.
I will.
What else should we? Let's have a little mumble about the past year.
Oh, past year, Christ.
Was there anything?
You did a move.
We did a move.
You did a move.
Like Jabba, I did a move. Like Jabba, I did a move. Like Jabba.
Oh no, there's a secret hole in the floor.
Oh, it's Grigori. Business account.
Oh, right. Cool.
Oh, I didn't realise I was logged in. I just saw it. Sorry, I hope you're not at work doing proper work stuff.
No,
watching
Barrel City.
Watching these idiots. Gun Barrel City. That must be in America somewhere. Because it's
I want to say Texas, but I can't remember. I'll hop up and hit the vid. You can hit my vid anytime you like. So what have we been playing?
This year it's mostly been playing Wexodus.
We do love a bit of Exodus.
I've suddenly got into Sigmar. So
Oh God, you did, didn't you?
that's going to be quite interesting for next year.
So explain, start at the beginning. How did you get into Exodus?
Wexodus, Sigmar. I had a whole load of fantasy figures anyway, didn't I? And then my local dealer, yeah, he fucking knows who he is, doesn't he?
Chris Norwell.
What's
up, games?
was going on about Sigmar and come ready. Going, I'll teach you how to play. You on the channel, blah 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 blah. So I said, okay, well, what doesn't sell in the shop? Helping the shop out. Told me. He went, well, the Daughters of Cain, Dark Elf girls. Yeah, go on, I'll have them. So I bought an army. Sat there and painted it. I'm like, okay. Now what? And I then played like two. I played two games.
It's true, Paul. This is not the first time.
2 games, and then found out there was going to be a tournament run at my local shop at Wildstorm Games. Oh, stop licking the testicle. So I thought, fuck it. I played two warm-up games and went to the tournament. Didn't come last.
Woot!
Didn't come anywhere above. One before last.
You were the penultimate player.
But it was a lot of fun. I could just sit back, not think too much about tactics or worry about anything because it's all on the cards, and just fucking roll bucket loads of dice and scream at them all when they all come up once. So it was quite fun. And all of a sudden, I've now got a Chaos army for it. I've just bought a Night Gaunt, so I'm like, Gaunt of the Sigma! Help me. I have a problem.
So we were chatting about it earlier on. We were saying that we've had about enough time to grieve for the old world.
Even though
did feel bad
fucking build it
when
again.
they killed the old world. I think that now it's like, well, it's happened. There's nothing you can do about it.
And you kind of feel bad when your dealer just pops round in the morning and goes, I've got this love for you. And you're like, shit, dude.
Chaos with chariots and chisel.
Chariots. I think the chariots my Chaos army.
Well,
You got me the Norstein.
Dig out a bunch of
Noigles. Because you wouldn't be doing Noigles. So is
that
it
kind of works.
So is there a Nurgle one? Is it a Nurgle Mortal? I mean, and there's the Maggot King. Is that a separate, different Nurgle? You have no idea, do you?
Well, I've got Nurgle demons at home.
I'll tell you the one thing that does fuck me off about Games Workshop with Age of Sigmar or 40k or anything, any of their releases, is they will dump you the rule book, they will dump you the cards, and they'll dump you the figures, and then literally a week later, you cannot ever buy those cards again.
Yeah, they're limited edition.
And I fucking hate that. That annoys the shit out of
Yeah,
me because I really want the ones for the night chappies. But
see your point. Right, he's back.
oh, he's back. Glory.
New identification. I like that. I see your point on about Twitch. Discord can be hugely useful for expanding your community base. Well, in that case, I shall double underline it.
That's triple underlined.
Fucking.
Ew.
Let's go crazy.
Woo,
No, thank you. That's good to know. Not something we know anything about. So,
is it easy to set up?
well, I imagine you put a password in and it tells you who you are, like most things.
You've seen how shit we are with passwords and fucking crap like that. We do it.
Downloading the Discord app, of which
What,
I assume
here
there
and
must
now?
be one. Fucking live and direct, coming at you.
Like Cleopatra.
That
So,
just shows our age and
what?
Britishness.
What this year has
But
tickled
no,
you?
we were talking earlier on about Age of Sigmar. So
Mm-hmm.
you just like the rolling dice stuff.
I don't.
Do you like?
I'm not
so
a fan of rolling a lot of
It
dice.
used to be obviously it's a move on from Warhammer Fantasy. Do you like that the magic system isn't a million cards? Do you like that you don't have to do the rank and flank wheeling?
I'd like the
Stuff
fact
like
that they're all in skirmish formation, that they're not fucking base to base and you're having to wheel and deal. I hated all of that in Warhammer. I do kind of miss all the magic cards going, right, which spell should I cast this turn?
Is that Discord chat for gamers? Is that Discord? Because I'm gonna load it up if it is.
Well, if it is,
Does
then
someone
you-
say yes?
No.
But there is something very satisfying about suddenly rolling a fucking ton load of dice.
Yep.
I didn't realise because every game I've played, I'm not rolling many dice, and when I do, I roll piss poorly. But then to suddenly have like 50 dice in your hands and go, oh,
You can do that in 40k. What? You didn't like that about 40k?
In 40k, you've got too many different weapons to remember and too many fucking special abilities and stuff. In Sigmar, it's just there, right? I've got that attack, that attack, that attack. I can just crack on with it.
So I'm not saying it's the cards, but it's the ease of play.
The system,
rather than having to write a fucking list.
The system
and
is-
some stuff. This guy's now that. This guy's now that. I can see where everything is and what he does.
the system that Age of Sigmar came out, didn't it? And then they changed 40k. They changed 40k to try and make it more like.
Thank you, dude.
To try and make it more like
to
Sigmar, but they kind of failed because everyone shoots in 40k because they should do. It's a fucking
There's
space
guns.
combat. You've got guns. Why would you shoot? Whereas Age of Sigmar is more hand to hand and in your face and up your bum sort of stuff, which is a lot better than being shot at from a distance. Because let's face it, we all like it up the bum and not being shot at.
Distance, the world is blue and green.
Away in a major night, prepare for
So
a
I'm
bed.
songs.
Little Lord Jesus lay down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky look down the night. The little Lord Jesus had a poop in the hay. You bit me, motherfucker.
I like the little icon. Of it.
There's a pig snout.
It's cute.
Why are you setting up right this minute when there's like 11 people out
Because
there?
we're live and direct. Coming at you.
There's 11 people out there. 10 now. See, you've lost a person. Right, fucking
That
around
was
with
you,
your phone.
fucking you're singing, you cunt.
And only 2 thumbs up. Come on, bitches. Press them buttons. Press them fucking buttons.
I'll press your button. Your love button.
I'm not too sure how I feel about
Your
that. So,
clitoris.
last year, what has appealed to you?
Oh, crikey. What have I been into? Oh.
Right. Okay, Paul. So, yeah, it's a simple and fun game. It's a beer and pretzel game, yeah. But it has enough about it. The problem I had with it, whether it was just the faction I was using or
I'm listening.
again, whether it's just the faction I was using, but each turn my girls get better abilities,
You won't get infected if you didn't draw blood.
and in each of the 3 games I played at the tournament, we only got to turn 3. Oh, come on. Turn 4 and 5. My girls get really fucking tasteful and nasty. Didn't happen. I'm not too sure whether 2,000 points at a tournament is. I probably would have 1,500 just to drop it down a bit, just to give you that bit more time to get more rounds in. Because I think with you've seen it with your Maggot-kin, they've got that wheel of effects each turn, you know. So
if you don't play the full game,
if you don't play the full game, you're losing abilities. Bit hooey. So this year, what
for me has been.
You don't want to set up now because that's going to get really confusing while we're talking to this and on that.
No, I wasn't going to talk on it.
We'll set that up afterwards.
What have we played? All of the games. I have enjoyed many games.
But Wexodus
has probably been, for miniatures games, Wexodus has been our main thing. I've really been enjoying board games lately. I just really like that getting out a box, setting it up like as a contained unit. You know,
we have especially enjoyed Nemesis.
Nemesis!
Oh, good hell, that's a good game.
I think that's a really good balance between it being a kind of miniatures-y kind of game, but also being a proper board game. It feels like a board game. It's not too random.
And I think the way, even though you know you've got to check the engines, you've got to check the coordinates at the bridge, but with your personal goals and everything, just changes it up and gives it a really good story. I mean, the game we played the other day, which isn't up yet, but if you do watch it to the end, because the twist at the fucking end of the game, it's a film moment.
It is from a film moment.
Fucking film moment.
Both ways, like for both of our characters.
No, it fucking. Oh, I love that game.
But I think, board games I've been liking a lot, again, because of that, like I say, because that contained experience, that whole idea of you set it up, you play, you put it away. Like, you don't have to worry about painting models and fucking figuring out rules in 9 books. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've got to look at an army list.
Don't get me wrong, I love that part of miniatures game.
But not all the time.
You don't always want to have to
every now and again, you just want to go, right, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That's like today when we rolled up our Necromunda stuff. That was like,
and that was really good in that moment. That was exactly what I wanted out of it. You know, so when we were doing our Necromunda teams, gangs, I was Corpse Renegades, you were Palatine Enforcers, and we were sitting there, pen and paper style,
very quiet, didn't it?
Flicking through books, working out what everything did. I made a fucking list of what.
You ripped it up. What your abilities could do.
What all my abilities were, writing down points and stuff. And it was.
That's why I really love the Palatines, purely because they all have the same equipment. Yeah. I don't have to mess with them. That's different pieces. Stub pistols and either shotguns or the bolter guns. I'm good. I'm good to go, man. Good to fucking go.
But I do think that sometimes I say lucky is probably the wrong word, but we play miniatures games, we play board games, we play role-playing games, we play, when it comes to even miniatures games, we play mass battle stuff, we play skirmish stuff, and I think some people play one kind of game, whether that be board games or D&D or just 40k or whatever it is, and it's, I think you miss out on a whole, bunch of stuff,
There is so much out there that you could be playing.
That's one of the reasons I think D&D has become so popular.
Not because other people don't realise there's fucking billions better systems out there.
No, because you can play a tactical miniatures kind of vibe if you want to just play that. Like, we need to fight this monster. I've got these things. You've got that. Bam, we're playing a miniatures game. On the other side, you can play story stuff. And I think that because you can... I'm not saying it's the best at all of things. I'm not saying it's the best of anything. It's the master of... jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. But I can see why people are drawn to it, because it gives you so many options to be able to just go.
I can see that. I understand it. But what gets me is when you see this, playing D&D tonight, and they've got a fucking table set up like a battlefield that's better than some of the battlefields we set and everything. I'm looking at it going, that's not role playing. That That ain't role playing. That's sure as fuck not role playing. That's a miniatures game.
Yeah, but if you're having character conversations and maybe you won't get to the end and maybe you'll go a different way.
I'm gonna stab you.
I do think that the problem is if the GM, whatever you want to call it.
It's GM, Games
In
Master.
that
It's not DM because we don't fucking do our stuff in dungeons all the time.
But if you set up you go from here to there. Like there's the centre of the town I have to get to, and there's the entrance, and I'm working my way up. Like why can't I go sideways or why can't I fly? Or I think if you've got a map, it tells you that that's the thing you have to stick with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a map, then suddenly you go, "Well, what if I do this?"
That's fine, but no. It's that. That's just.
But I think it's made me aware this last year by playing more board games, by being more aware of other types of game. I've kind of.
I really enjoyed that card game we played the other night.
Expanded more of my mind.
I thought that was a lot of fun.
Frontline No Comrades.
Frontline No Comrades.
Yeah, that was a good little crap. And stuff like that as well, like
It's a horrible little game.
I've become less snobbish about games. Like I'll play. I asked me a year ago, maybe a year and a half.
Would you play a game about the Russian front line?
Never have played a crappy throwaway card game. Oh, it's just a crappy throwaway card game. There's no depth to it. Well, actually, sometimes you just want to play a little. Aha! Fuck you, you fucking fuck! Ah, fuck you more! Ah, fuck you the most! Ha! I win! Hooray! Sometimes I just want that. I just want that out of a 20-minute, half-an-hour game. Do you know what I mean?
What, you want to be fucked?
Or whatever.
You don't need a 20-minute game. You don't want a 20-minute card game for that. You want to go hang out with Chris.
No, but I think that you don't always want to play 40k or whatever your game of.
Now we're in trouble.
I'm a dungeon master.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with RPG games though. Shazam!
Oh, dirty. Go above.
Johnny Jumbo!
Johnny
Jumbo!
Jumbo!
I raise my Irish coffee in your general direction, and we raise our booze to you,
Helmet
sir.
batter twins.
Yeah, you've been calling us that for a while.
What a cunt. I mean, what a
I'll
lovely...
do the helmet. You'll be the.
You can stir my batter anytime, but it's in your mum.
No, I think it's opening your mind to other games that you would normally play. It's the mind of like you would never have thought.
I would have never
have looked at this. And actually, you had a really good time.
I really enjoyed it. What's this?
Cthulhu Realms. So there is a.
Look at us with
Pick this up. It's literally saw it. Tim Marks saw it and went, "Oh, that has got Cthulhu."
Sorry about those.
It's a deck building game, which I've been quite liking lately.
You know why I don't like? You know why I don't like deck building? I can't be fucking arsed.
Can't read shit.
I can't read. I just want to pick up the cards and play. I don't want to.
It's based on Star Realms, which is.
Shut up!
I think it's the same stats, same dynamic or whatever as Star Realms, which is one of the big deck building games.
We don't normally play card games, but we're kind of getting into more of them, aren't we?
Yeah, I like. Funny enough, we've been playing a lot more. Like, rather than playing one game for 3 hours, we'll play 3 games for an hour each. I think, and actually, we're kind of enjoying that more.
Because we have to.
It feels like that.
Because we have to try and film more. Because we kind of catch up every 2 weeks now, and it's like those 3 solid days of catching up, and we have to film as much as we can. So quick and short games are great.
Although next time I'm down, if that's whether that be at the shop or not, I'm going to have to bring Dune down, or we'll have to play that. That's a hardcore board game.
Well, you see, that's the thing is that we've got some big games we want to play, and because there's only the 2 of us, we're going to have to go to the shop to play. So you want to play Dune, we want to play Twilight Imperium.
Oh, Christ.
We want to do a 4-5 player Nemesis. That is just so. Oh, here's something. Oh, he puts it away. I just received those. The Bathammer's going live. We're not going live.
YouTube has been very lax in putting your video notices out. Well, to be fair, we are horrible people and we don't deserve any help. But
we deserve lots of money and fandom, but we don't get those either.
Been out for 39.52 minutes.
So, no, we don't get money. We don't get paid for what we do. We're just entertaining to you lot for the fuck of it.
What have you enjoyed when it comes to media?
Media,
Like films, television, things like that. What has pumped you lately?
obviously the latest Star Wars was very good. I liked it. Mandalorian, yeah, awesomely awesome. Apart from that, TV wise, it's been a bit. If I can't remember it now, then it obviously wasn't that good.
What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show from BBC.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Was amazing. It was so good.
If you hear us doing that on any of the videos, oh, Jeff, Parker will now explain. Parker, explain.
Okay, so it's better if you watch it, but I'll tell you anyway.
What We Do in the Shadows, the
UK version.
Not that.
Vampires, but it's like a mockumentary fire in the well war type thing. And there's a lady vampire, and she meets this dude who she has experienced in previous like reincarnation type things. And now he's not called Gregory or whatever he's called.
He used to
Gregor
be like
was his name.
Gregor, and he was like a famous knight. He was valiant,
Gregory, that's what
valiant warrior.
And
but in this lifetime, he's a night watchman.
Night watchman called Jeff. And she's like, but Gregor was a mighty name. And what's Jeff?
Gee.
I mean, it's a disappointing one.
Jeff.
And it's just one of those things that's just tickled us and stuck in our brains. So, yeah. And I apologise to all the Jeffs at home.
But it's never going to get old, though, is
It's just
it?
one of those things that tickled me 100%. So what? But all of it. I mean, that just is a joke we picked out of it. But the whole show is really good. What We Do in the Shadows, the British version, the BBC version, the new thing with Matt Berry, Kayvan Novich.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who did? He was Phone Jacker or whatever.
I don't know. He was in a. He was in a thing with.
He was in Four Lions and a bunch of other stuff. Matt Berry, who we all know from IT
Toast
Ground,
of London
Toast of
and
London.
IT Ground. And what's her name?
I forget her real name.
Oh.
Nadia is her character name, but she's in Stafflet's Flats.
Stafflet's Flats.
Well.
Oh my god.
And oh god, what's the fucking thing's name? The
the little minion. Oh, what's the minion called? Oh my god, he's got really good.
he's Hispanic. He's not called Giovanni. He's called.
See, just the joy of getting older.
Yeah.
My brain fails.
Anyway, there's a Baron. It's just the whole thing is really good. So watch. It's not Guido.
Guantanamo, no.
It's
It's Guigo, it's Guig, it's something begins with G. Guillermo! My brain works!
It's because it's not spelled how it sounds. So it's GUI, because it's Hispanic. I don't know if it's
Just Guillermo wants to be a vampire.
Guillermo.
Oh, Master, you remember the anniversary? Thank you. Yes, it's been very good you have served me for the whole past year. No, it was 10 years. No, it's a year. Fucking awesome.
Really
stuff.
good if you get a chance to watch it. Really good.
Other than that, no, fucking.
Do
we know what we're looking forward to next year? Is there any games that have, apart from you buying literally all of the Judge Dredd stuff ever?
Yes!
Not assembling it or painting it or playing
I
it.
only just
A little bit like 7 TV. Cracking game, apparently. What? You can't write straw you're a cunt on a piece of paper. That's just you can't do that, dude. You're not gonna fucking play it anyway, so don't even write it down, you bitch. Give me that fucking thing. So come on, next year.
Next year, well, she picked up the Judge Dredd and the Strong Team Dog, so we're going to be playing that. 7TV for the win. Is it actually?
We wouldn't know.
I bought it like what, 2.5, 3 years ago.
It's in a box under his bed, along with these crusty tissues.
Hey, they're not crusty.
The socks are.
They're like old towels. They're just soaked. They never dry fully. Like that. Oh wow, they're both vomiting now. Go team me!
You're not staying here tonight. You can take your dribbly towels and fuck off.
God, next year, yeah. So more of all of the games we play. All Exodus.
I'll tell you the one.
Dystopian Wars I'm really looking forward to.
The one thing I am looking forward to next year, June, July, will be Tainted Grail. I know a lot of people have got theirs. Grail. Get credit for that. And they're all like all over it. But we put in for the second, so we get all of the stuff together. Because a game like that, I'm not going to want to get in fucking waves. I want all of it.
Yeah, you want to.
I want it all. I want it all. I want your cock. I want it now.
Oh, you got a little something there. I was actually sick in my house.
That hat did see a lot of your vomit, didn't it?
Still got it. The hat, not the vomit.
Oh, you kept the vomit. You put the vomit in the bag later.
Yeah.
Oh, use that as confetti. Fucking there you go. Have some vomit. But we don't know what's coming out next year.
The problem is with next year, a lot of the stuff is stuff we've already got, like Blackstone Fortress. The love is real. Like Blackstone Fortress, we've got more Blackstone Fortress stuff to play.
We have got a lot more Black Fortress stuff to play.
We haven't played yet. Impressive demeanour. Yes.
What, him just standing up? Yes.
Oh, mate, with this
girth.
With this, I'm carrying around. He says, rubbing his
penis
belly.
I saw that kick the other day. It was horrible.
Yeah,
we've got to that, haven't we? Stuff. I've got some more Earthdawn coming up.
Excuse me.
What? I've done nothing wrong in that. You're the ones that fucked everything up. Royally, I hasten to add. And of course, I'm going to be running some Zweilander.
Zweilander!
Ah! Because I've worked out I kind of can do a Viking-esque campaign, but the whole world is Viking-esque, as in Chaosy Tribe, Viking-esque kind of things. So it's all like perpetual winter, Vikings, blood, blah! And I think with that system, because that's, I don't know how you haven't got sued for that, Dan. I really fucking don't. Go pee. Quickly, run.
See you in a bit, guys.
I'm going to be standing here talking about Gaslands. If you're going to go wee, go wee. That's why you wee before we go live. So Gaslands. Anyone moves, the dog hates it. So Gaslands, that's a game I vaguely remember. Oh, toy cars, yes. Yes, we are going to have to get back to that. What are you going to play when Earthdawn is finished, apart from Zweihander? Oh, now that, Paul, my boy, is a rather good question, because I end up getting numbered GMing. I'm going to put a note down for that. What? After Earthdawn. Someone somewhere somehow turned around and said they wanted to see some 5 rings. And I've done that. Do you just mean me, Nick, Chris, Stick, and Parker bent over so you can see our chocolate rings? Because that's not happening. That might happen. Someone said something about 5 rings. And I asked Nick if he was in, because Nick is our resident 5 rings GM. Yes, you'd run it as a game down at Dragon Meet this year, I believe, and enjoyed himself. I turned around and said to him, would you be interested in running it for the channel? And I think he might be up for that, so possibly some 5 rings. I've got some Cthulhu stuff. Pardon me, boys, that the call of Cthulhu. Wah! Insidious slime, where it's nighttime all of the time. I want to do some Cthulhu. Just purely gives me a chance to send the players completely insane. Parker won't run anything because he's just useless. No, what RPG are we going to be running after Earth Dawn, Zweihander, etc.?
You can be.
Oh, you give a shit about moving toy cars about.
You can be Goose.
Yeah?
Goose.
What the fuck has Goose got to do with Gaslands?
Mad Max's mate. Goose on the bike.
Dead.
That's why you can beat him. Sorry, pass me a drink.
She's not there, remember? She's ill.
She's imaginary.
Don't make her move about too much. If you see a fucking empty glass, throw a beer at him or in him or up him or whatever. So yeah, Nick, I think Nick would be up for running 5 rings. As I said, that's you, me, Chris, bent over so I can see our brown rings. Not be much of a fucking TV series, that one, is it? As I said, he won't run anything because he's a twat and useless. And you're more of a player, aren't you?
I mean, yeah.
Which is a shame because I would love to play some more Judge Dredd.
Well, we're going to be playing the miniatures game, so that'll do.
No. No.
I mean, all the role play systems I love the idea of the what's the latest one you were running?
Oh, Hollow Earth Expedition, which is set in the Hollow Earth. It's like a Jules Verne kind of game. It went all right. It didn't go awfully.
How bad is the system? That's the main thing. Is the system easy to use? Does it?
Yeah, you just roll.
Make it easy for gaming.
One of the cool things is it's what they call the universal system, and you're rolling X dice, whatever your stat is. If you've got a stat of 5, you roll 5 dice, and you look at the successes. The successes are odds. Successes are evens. So it doesn't matter what dice you roll. Assuming it's an even number dice, and pretty much all dice are even numbered. So if you've got like,
so do you have different dice in it?
No, it's just odds and evens. So if you've got like a bunch of d6, you can roll them. If you've got a set of poly dice, like 4s, 8s,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You just go and look at greens. Which is quite a nice.
That's interesting.
It's quite a nice stat, and then a higher stat, the more likely you are to get successes, and so on and so forth. So it's dice non-specific, which is pretty cool, especially for new role players who are looking at.
Well, like the really good one.
Is a D8 or is this a D10 or is this a D?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You just roll dice. If you get evens, you succeed. If you get odds, you fail.
Nice.
So that's a really nice thing.
I don't know if there's any new role playing.
I kind of like you've got evade effectively. So and this is an interesting thing actually, from not necessarily a GM's point of view, but from a person's gaming point of view. So a lot of games have toughness, right?
Yeah.
So I shoot you, you make a toughness roll. But in this, you make an evade roll, and it's the same as toughness, right? It doesn't make any difference. You either take the damage or you don't. But somehow evade in a real world
sounds better than toughness.
Because if I get out of the way, then you didn't hit me and I don't die. Or maybe I hurt myself as I try and dodge. Whereas
I hurt myself
today. And I clench the bullet out of my chest.
To see if I still feel a focus on the page.
There's a lot of games that
the only thing that's real. That was the one I picked the dog poop up with.
Nice. So yeah. No, but I think that you can have the same role, but if you say it's toughness or an armor save, whatever you call it,
it does make a difference.
If I shoot you and you take a bullet and you just go, yeah, I'm carrying on. You remember the old
Cock.
I think it was the middle Star Wars role-playing game, which was D20. Which was basically it was the same as D&D 3rd edition at the time, I think. But you had hit points,
Yeah,
and you had vitality points.
Oh God!
And it was the same with the same thing. So you take 20 hits,
That's
20
ridiculous.
vitality until they get to that point, and then it becomes hit points. And the idea was, I'm stressing out of the way, and I've taken a bruise or whatever. And it made sense intellectually, but narratively, it never kind of felt right. Whereas,
Didn't work for the
you
system.
roll to hit me, I roll to evade. That's my toughness. If you then hit me, then you do damage, which is then actual wounds. And actually, narratively, that kind of makes more sense. Because you're always trying to avoid shots. Like, you're not trying to dodge out of the way. You're just trying to be more kind of hugging the ground or whatever, rather than just standing up, looking at stuff. If you're a combat veteran, you're going to be more
out of bloody using cover.
the bloody way.
See, I've always been one of these people that looks at the GW thing goes, right, you shoot, you roll to hit, you roll to wound, you roll armor. Well, no, surely you roll to hit, then you roll your armor, then you roll to wound.
It goes to wound, yeah, totally.
That's just the way I've always thought it should be.
Mm.
And
actually, that's
you shoot, you get hit. Okay, you've shot me fine. Well, now I'll do my armor save because I'm wearing armor.
Yeah.
If it pings off, all well and good. If it's gone through, then you should roll against my toughness because you've gone through the armor.
Yeah. And funnily enough, we were talking earlier on about bolt action, or Conflict 47, which links into bolt action. The better the troops are, the harder it is to wound them.
That's right. Yeah,
not because they're tougher, but
No,
because
they
they're
know how
combat
to-
troops. They're not just walking around in the middle of a field like, oh no, there's a machine gun. They're like, fuck. And then they're covering.
Yeah,
stuff
they know how to progress and use scenery and tactics and
sneaking.
Snaking? Oh!
where have you been?
Snaking!
But it's interesting how you can define something narratively and it be the same rule, and yet, and I think that's a massive thing. Like, people talk about board games, massive thing. People talk about board games and how theme is unimportant as long as the game's good. But actually,
Oh no, you need a theme.
if it matches the theme.
What the bloody hell?
One element that drew me into your channel was you explained the gameplay had to be Gaslands flowing along with you. Excellent. Could you
High five us.
reveal it with other games? Session Zero. Yeah, I think Session Zero.
Session Zero is something we have been thinking about. Well, for all the games, yeah, we could kind of do that as well.
You don't have to go backwards, but you could do a new.
Yeah, especially for if it's something new we're playing and we haven't used before, we could definitely
Well, that's kind of what we were going. You haven't seen it yet, but that's kind of what we were going for with our Necromunda introduction, because we haven't played the game yet. So we were just like, oh fuck, how does this work? Unfortunately, it kind of went a bit.
they're OP, mate. They're fucking so OP. We'll see. What we'll do is we'll do another game at some point before we start our campaign proper.
With just our games versus each other, normal games.
No. Before we do our normal games, we're going to do those two games, but fully fleshed out to 1,000 points on a proper table setup, and see if that makes a difference. Because I still think, however you look at it, they are completely bollocks. Did I say it out loud? I thought I kept it into my head. I played my drum for him.
Roots, bloody roots.
Roots, bloody roots.
I saw your boots in the kitchen. I was like, boots,
Muddy boots. Yeah, it's a Slayer finished. That's their last gig, didn't they?
But no, thank you.
I'm sorry, you don't do proper music, do you? Poople moosey, pomple moosey.
I like
banjos.
I like ukuleles. I've been listening to
Wind
Billie
chimes.
Eilish. Billie Eilish.
How old are you? Pervert.
No, I've been listening to the music. Thank you. It's on the
Pervert.
radio and everything. So it doesn't even count.
Oh, you see now trying to be
Pervert.
cool.
Not my fault. I just naturally am. But
And you're so not.
no, thank
Come
you.
on,
for
bitches.
talking
Questions.
about,
Fucking questions.
explaining the gameplay.
Or I'm going
That's
home.
a good point.
Yeah. I mean, we try to do that in every game we play anyway, don't we?
It's nice that you. Hello, just checking.
Checking
it's nice
what?
that you brought it up
Checking?
because actually, I think that we've had a channel for a little while now.
So,
You kind of get caught up with just doing it, and you forget. Like we're different people to who we are 2 years ago. We have different, or 3 or 4, or however many years ago.
I have different pants on.
We've been doing the channel for so long that
You do
kind of
learn
forget
as
where
you-
you came. Well, you learn, but you also forget the thing that made you kind of what you were. Not you, but one. Like we were doing it because of that. And we've now adapted and changed and become.
I purely thought people
More-
watched us because we're vaguely entertaining and we swear a lot.
Well,
Surely it's not
one
for
of
the-
those things we definitely.
Surely they don't watch us for the games and the gameplay.
No, I think
My God, what's wrong with you people?
it's being descriptive about how gameplay relates to narrative and vice.
I don't see this point. If people are taking the time to tune in and watch a video that we've done, I don't see the point in us just sitting there and just moving things about rolling dice and not really saying what we're doing. I think you want to explain what you're doing. You
Yeah.
need, you want that interaction, even though at the time they're not talking back to you, but you'd like to think they're sitting there going, "Why are you doing that?" Well, I'm doing this because blah 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 blah.
And
This
that-
rule
like,
says,
that is in some games that can be an issue because you want to be secretive, but
yeah,
sometimes
but.
you can't be. No, I'm just saying generally, like
Yeah.
you want to be like.
And this is the issue that we sometimes have. Is that sometimes because we play the games, we film them. We are trying to be entertaining whilst filming, and you're also trying to explain stuff. But you also want to keep a little bit back because you do want to fuck your opponent over.
And that's a really good point because I watched a video about the Dune board game from Matt Colville, who's a big DM on the internet. And he was running this game of Dune because he used to play Dune. Like he was one of the back when it was the Avalon Hill one. He did like a tournament and stuff. He's done tournaments. He's like proper hardcore into it. And for me, as a person who knew how it played, I watched the video and was like, "This is wicked." I'm really enjoying because I can kind of, even though I can't read what people are going to do, I can kind of get a vibe of where people are. But the whole point of Dune is it's a super secretive, sneaky.
Yeah.
Like if we were to do it, we don't have the background, we don't have the
Speak for your fucking.
the experience to be able to kind of semi-explain something. Right,
Whilst
I might be doing this,
Yeah.
but also I'm not
Yeah.
doing it. And I think that actually that's for some games we could do that.
I think the way to do something like that would. I've had an idea.
Oh, like poker, like World of Poker and
No,
cameras on
no,
those
it would
people's
be-
bumholes.
To film it and not say anything about the game. Just film it without fucking saying a word. Or if you do, it's irrelevant. Because what you do is post-production, remove all of that stuff, and then do a voiceover for it.
And then you're going to miss the kind of chat.
There is no interaction between us. There's no interaction at all. You know why? Oh, hello. You guys walk that line beautifully. Well, we try not to walk, to be brutally honest, because walking is like way too much like hard work, isn't it? Read. I can't read from here. Read. Read. Words.
What's his name? Johnny Cash. He's the man in black. He walks the line.
He's also got a raging ring of fire. Read! There's stuff going up and I can't read with my poor eyes and my wizened knees and me bent back.
5 Rings and Cthulhu would be cool. Yes, it would.
Who said that?
Paul.
Oh, piss off.
Gregory, this would fit nicely when you create a channel on Discord because it allows you to have multiple areas of content. For instance, you can have an area for fan art, straws, pics, how to play. That's good. I didn't know that was a thing. I did not know you could do that. I thought it was like
I thought it was chatting.
I thought it was just a Facebook chat, just a continuous Facebook
That's
chat
what I thought
with
it
all the
was.
people I know.
Oh, is that even a thing?
I didn't
Wow.
realize you could organise it.
Oh, I'll look into it.
Coriolis and
A Simbarum.
Simbarum.
I don't know what that is. Coriolis, Nick ran that. That's really good.
Really fun game. I really liked how.
But you do realise you're asking.
But again, the problem is like
it's watching us
game.
lot.
Well, no, but also a game is.
It's watching you lot role play.
I'm not saying it's not all about the GM, because of course it isn't. But the GM has to get the right.
You need the right players to do the right
in the right
thing.
moment, in the right zone. You need the right GM, the right players, the right story, the right book. You know what I mean? For all that to fit together, you can't just go do that. That'll be good. And I mean, no
that's D&D players for you.
But that's the thing. Like, I've had a lot of fun playing. What's it called? Coriolis. But also, in that game, one of my sole purposes, my sole kind of things that meant a lot was I'm going to block off the pilot cabin so people don't get in, and I'm going to put a hammock in, and that's I'm happy now. Like, what the fuck do I need other nerds in my?
Okay, so
place?
what's
You guys walk that line.
I don't know what Simbarium is.
No, Simbarium. Don't know. You guys walk that line beautifully.
Well, one of us does.
Yeah, me. I'm always entertained and educated. Oh, that is
both.
Genuinely, thank you.
You're both.
It really means a lot. Some games I would love to have, and other games I could do without. I would never have known if not for your efforts.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you bought games that you don't want to play because of us.
No, that really does mean a lot, because I think that a lot of YouTube.
That's really nice.
It's easy to say this thing's really cool. So I watch board game reviews from various channels, and I'm not going to name any specifically, but some of them are just, this is really good, you have to buy it. And some are if you like this, you might like it, and if you like that, you might not.
We won't do
that.
that.
And maybe you'll get more out of it if you play it with this group of people or that group of people, and that's the sort of stuff I want to hear.
We don't work like that,
Even if someone does a review and you go, okay, well now I know I don't have to buy it. I'd rather have that than just buy all the stuff. It's really good.
No, we will just always turn around and say, if we like it,
that really means a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, seriously. If we like it, we like it, and we'll say we like it. If we don't like it, we'll fucking know about it.
And why? Like, you might like stuff that we don't like. We might like stuff that you don't like. But if we explain the why, how we got there, then
then you're giving everybody a more informed opinion of what's going on, unlike politics.
Hey! Let's not even.
No, we're not going to. Yes, Grigori, it was a bit awkward, a bit fanboy-y. I kind of liked it.
What was
his last comment?
No, I like it.
That's what he said. No, awkward. I liked it.
About us being orcs, total orcs. Oh, it's really nice. Thank you. That means a lot, genuinely.
Not orcs. Right, go on then. We 84 more questions, and then we're going home to drink. So come on, chop. More questions.
What comes after Ed?
Who comes after who?
What comes after Ed? Oh,
Earthdawn. As I said, we'll have a chat with Nick, see if Nick wants to run 5 rings or Rodis or something, you know.
Are you going to finish the story? Are we going to keep playing until the story's finished, or are you going to have
Earthdawn?
Yeah.
Well,
or are you just going
to
stop at a...
No, see, that was the thing. This campaign, it was up to a certain point, and you're kind of coming up to that point. But I think because everyone is like, you're all so enjoying your characters, and now you're kind of on the cusp of like going out, really doing whatever you damn well want. I might keep it going for a bit. As sure as fuck no, I'm not letting it go on for like 26 sessions like I did do with the other Earthdawn campaigns.
Yeah, but you've got a bigger gap between sessions. So
yeah, but I also realise how shit you all are.
Hey, that's only because we're shit.
Well, yeah, but it's true. It's very true. You are all.
So this is something that I've noticed with our role-playing groups, as in the ones that you and I have both been, that's actually one way or another, either in the same place or not. But some groups consistently play one big Uber campaign that lasts like 2 years. Right?
Yeah.
And you play from, for example, if we're going to use
level 1 to level.
Dungeons and Dragons as a standard, like you play from level 1 to level 20 or whatever the level is, and that's the campaign. You play the big, massive campaign, and then you start again. Whereas we have always played.
We do like 6
traditionally
weeks.
speaking, 6 weeks of playing one thing.
And we bounce around systems.
And I wonder if that's how people would normally play. I'm
I don't know.
pretty sure people don't normally play that.
Because we have so many ideas for characters that we want to try. We bounce that quickly between games. Oh, Swole! All right, Alan. All right, Alan. Right.
In your faces, boys. Turn that into a GIF if you like. Merry Christmas to you and your 2- and 4-legged families. See you 2020. Milton was referring to I Lock you to engaged in silence that felt like Granny's panties. Oh, it's always was so very sad.
I like my granny's panties. I still wear them.
Well, you know.
Yes, you will see us in 2020 out. Because you've got to bring around Cthulhu thingy me died, the deadness, the Cthulhu game.
Definitely die.
So you've painted them all.
Oh,
If you haven't painted them all, don't bother. You've got to paint. What the fuck are you doing with my nuts? Oh, can you not?
Yeah,
that wasn't an awkward eye lock. That was like.
Oh, Shadowrun. Yes. Shadowrun.
What?
The Nick's just running.
Yeah, because I have to fucking run it.
We're all shit.
Mind you, no, because we're actually got quite a good point in Shadowrun at the moment.
Yeah,
because you're all about
we just finished a story, and we were going to start the whole like bug story. You could move it on and just be like, "Well, here's a little."
Oh no, I can carry that on. It's just some of the characters in it are like really fucking useless and pointless.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you. I
can see you looking at me, guys. I can see you in the fucking thing.
I like your
like,
character. I really like your character. No, I do like your character. There's just like other characters in the group. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
I always painted boys like a cheap whore.
Yes, but are they all painted, Al? Are they all painted?
Even the tokens. Did you paint the tokens?
You haven't painted the tokens,
Did you paint the opposite side of the board that's facing the table that we can't see? Did you?
Did you? Shalom. Right, we're gonna give you another 15 minutes, and then we're
that long.
fucking out of it. Yeah, because that'll be like an hour and a half then. So we're gonna give you 15 more minutes of our glorious goodness.
Otherwise, if you all leave immediately, then we're gonna go. Look at that big old mattress of fucking sex pestery. It's like
sex pestery? What the? No wonder you're single. That's creepy. Sex pestery. That's really creepy. Where did you dig that out from?
You probably didn't hear it earlier on. Al, you probably didn't hear it earlier on, but we were talking about how you've proper put us on to Staunton Dog / Judge Dredd.
You bastard.
So we're going to be playing that a lot. I've got the Judge Dredd box now. You've got the
Staunton Dog box.
I'm going to be getting a bunch of Dredd shit.
No, really?
It's Dredd, man.
Did you have any of the original Dredd figures?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
God, those bikes were shit, weren't they? Those original ones, the model ones.
Oh no, they looked like the old bikes.
Yeah, they looked like
that's the thing.
No, they looked really good.
Because the old shit bikes.
But model-wise, I mean, and then you remember.
No, but the old bike. That's the
thing.
Yeah, they looked exactly like the old bikes.
And you remember Sylvester Stallone doing his thing, and they start to fly.
Oh God!
Like,
don't eat. No, we don't talk about this. That did not happen.
Well, like Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
it's not an Indiana Jones film. It wasn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah. See you later, Paul. Thank you for joining us. And a great Yule to you as well, sir. Thank you. See, none of that fucking. Oh, I put too much air in that bit.
No.
Oh, hello. Tillymus is joining in.
Oh, don't snap his neck.
Doesn't need it.
I kind of think he does.
Oh,
So yeah, it's
don't
been
mention that turd. Yes.
Who turd? What turd?
Oh, either way, you either mention Crystal Skull or the old Judge Dredd film.
Both
massive
are
turds.
pretty massively turd-like. Pretty massively turd.
The annoying thing about the Dredd film, like, it's not Dredd as in Carl Urban's That's Wicked, but the Judge Dredd film with Stallone, is, despite all of the awful, there are some really good background shots of Mega City 1.
Yes.
Like behind things and like when he's in that ridiculous flying bike and you can see the background. And like that's actually really, some of the background stuff's really cool. And you know, it feels like Mega City 1. And then it's like, I'm the law. Fucking no.
Had a helmet on for 2 minutes and then took it off for the rest of the film. Fuck off.
The Mean Machine and the Angel Gang.
Yeah, that was
wicked.
really, really well done.
But the rest of it, fucking wank. His ego did get in the way.
It's like, have you seen like the? Did you see? Have you actually got around to watching the last Rambo movie yet?
Oh Christ, no.
Bang! Oh shit!
The new one.
What?
The new one.
The last one, Rambo: Last Blood.
Oh no. The first Rambo
Piss
film
poor.
is amazing.
Yeah, the first one is
When
one of
it's
the
him
classics.
in the fucking like
With
woods.
the police
with
after
the
him.
police.
Yep, really good.
Wicked. He kills one dude accidentally, and that's it. And like, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's just.
And it's even super relevant now with like, obviously it's
Well, it's
moved on, but,
different veterans,
you know,
isn't it?
the portrayal of PTSD
Yeah.
and how that works and
Yeah.
how people reintegrate into society. Wicked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot people with a bow and arrow and blow them up from 8 miles away. Oh, what have you done? What have you done?
Oh God, dude,
Fucked it up.
you watched the last one.
Mm.
Fucking not good. Not good at all. Anyway, right. There's one thing we'd like to do at this point. Dude! No. That's not the bit. No. You sit the foot down. We're just going to wish them all a happy Yule and raise a glass, and then they can all fuck off.
Yeah. Well, we thought we were.
No, we're not getting penises out. Yeah, you're right, Gregory. First Blood was excellent. The rest are just pandering and money grabs.
So does First Rocky. First Rocky's amazing.
Yep. So at this point, we would just like to say a huge thank you to one and all for helping us through our problems and still sticking with us after all of these years. So this is basically to you guys. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, and we will see you all. We will see you all in the new year for a whole load more stuff, and keep an eye out for a Discord channel coming
Discord
soon.
is a thing that's going to be coming at you right up in your face.
So take care, guys.
May your Vaughns have hearts.
May your children never turn to the dark side. If they do, murder them.
Yeah.
So, cheers out. Merry Christmas to you all. Have a great time. Have a great time with your families and everything like that.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
See you all New Year, guys. Love ya. You are not right, are you? You're still blaring.